The air crackled with laughter. Music pulsed. Everyone loved Leo. Leo, with his easy smile and booming voice. He moved through the party with the grace of a natural performer. He told jokes, offered compliments, and listened with rapt attention. No one suspected the turmoil brewing beneath the surface. No one knew the real Leo. Leo excelled at this double life. By day, he was a successful architect, charming clients, and sketching innovative designs. By night, he transformed into the life of every social gathering. He thrived on the attention, the validation, the feeling of being wanted. But it was all a facade. Behind the carefully constructed persona, Leo harbored a secret, one that gnawed at his conscience. Years ago, he had made a mistake, a terrible decision that he had buried deep within himself. This secret was the genesis of his double life. He feared exposure, feared judgment, so he built walls, hiding his true self behind a mask of charm and charisma. He told himself it was easier this way, to keep the truth hidden, to protect himself from the potential fallout. But the lie grew, casting a long shadow over his life. The constant pressure of living a lie took its toll. Leo found himself increasingly irritable, prone to outbursts of anger. Sleep offered no escape, haunted by nightmares of his deception. He withdrew from genuine connections, fearing that someone might glimpse the truth behind his eyes. He started making careless mistakes, his carefully constructed facade beginning to crumble. Friends noticed his changing demeanor, his forced laughter, the flicker of panic in his eyes. Leo brushed it off as work stress, but deep down, he knew the truth. The charade was unsustainable. Loneliness became Leo's constant companion. He craved authenticity, yearned for genuine connection, but his secret held him captive. The fear of judgment had become a prison of his own making. He was adrift in a sea of faces, each smile feeling like a betrayal of his own carefully crafted illusion. One evening, after a particularly exhausting party, Leo found himself standing on his balcony, staring out at the city lights. A wave of nausea washed over him, the weight of his lies suffocating. He was drowning and he didn't know how to swim. As the sun rose, casting a warm glow across the cityscape, Leo made a decision. He couldn't live like this anymore. The charade had gone on for too long, and the price he was paying was too high. He needed to confess, to atone for his past mistakes, to finally be free. He knew it wouldn't be easy. There would be consequences, hurt, and anger. But a flicker of hope ignited within him, the promise of a life lived in truth, a life free from the shackles of his past. Leo started by confiding in his closest friend, the one person he felt he could trust. The words tumbled out, a torrent of guilt and shame. To his surprise, his friend offered support and understanding. This gave Leo the courage to continue. He wrote letters to those he had wronged, pouring out his heart, expressing his remorse. He braced himself for their reactions, the potential fallout from his years of deceit. He knew he couldn't undo the past, but he hoped to find a path towards redemption. The consequences were swift and brutal. Some friendships fractured, unable to withstand the weight of his betrayal. His professional life suffered, his reputation tarnished by the revelation of his past mistakes. Leo faced each challenge with a newfound sense of clarity. He acknowledged his wrongdoings, offered sincere apologies, and accepted the consequences of his actions. He knew he didn't deserve forgiveness, but he hoped that by facing the consequences head-on, he could begin to earn back trust and rebuild his life. As the initial shock subsided, Leo felt a weight lift from his shoulders. The burden of his secret, the constant fear of exposure, no longer haunted him. He had faced his demons and emerged, battered but not broken, on the other side. He was finally free. The world seemed brighter, the colors more vibrant. He found joy in simple things, a genuine smile, a heartfelt conversation. He had traded the fleeting validation of strangers for the quiet satisfaction of living a life of integrity. Leo embraced vulnerability, allowing himself to be seen for who he truly was, flaws and all. He sought therapy, working through the underlying reasons for his deception and developing healthier coping mechanisms. He learned to forgive himself, to acknowledge that everyone makes mistakes and that it's never too late to change. He started making amends, not just with words, but with actions. He volunteered his time to causes he believed in, using his skills to make a positive impact on the world. Leo's journey wasn't easy. There were moments of doubt, setbacks, and lingering whispers from the past. But he persevered, driven by the knowledge that he was living a life of truth and authenticity. He discovered that true freedom lay not in hiding from his past, but in confronting it and emerging stronger on the other side. He had stumbled and fallen, but he had risen again, transformed by the fire of his experiences. Leo, the biggest liar, had found redemption in the unwavering embrace of honesty.